Hello, I'm Yulen Lakay from Pinyal Cultural and Environmental Hiking Tours. We are here currently at the Silver Mine industrial building that was built by a German guy by the name of Franz Miller. Franz Miller was actually a convict from Germany because he killed somebody in Germany and then he fled to South Africa and he became here like an engineer and with a hoax for 5 years he did the hoax. And we are surrounded by mountains in this valley, the Dwas River Valley, and in the back we have Simonsberg Mountain, named after the first governor of the Cape, Simon van der Stel. Okay. And in the town Peniel, it literally means, from out the Bible, the face of God. And you can see why my forefathers considered Peniel as the place, the safe of God. It was started in 1843. And 100 years before that, exactly 100 years before it, in 1740 to 1745, France started the hoax. He convinced the VOC that there's silver in this mine. There's different places they were looking for silver during that time. In Cape Town, at Tukai, there's safe silver mine in the nature reserve, but only for 6 months. They discovered nothing. Even in the for the Drakensberg mountain, also 6 months, they dig there, also a cave in the rock, nothing. But here um, uh, they look for 5 years. And what he did, he melted coins from Spain and he mixed it with the soil and he sent it back to Holland and he said, oh, it is 90 to 80 to 90% silver in there. And then you get investors and lots of investors. But I first want to take you down to the industrial building. Can you go down? Or, so is it on or off? On, everyone. But you must mind your head here, eh? Just be careful. This is one thing that happens every time. Is if I tell my guest, mind your head, somebody bump his head on here. So be careful. Yeah. So, yeah. So this is literally you are looking at state of the art technology, building technology between the 1700s and 1800s. This is how they did it back in the day. And this has become modern again because most of the mining buildings or industrial buildings in Europe were destroyed in wars or because they built on cities. But here, people from Europe are coming back again to Africa to do research here to see how did they build the thing. Because this building was the safe. In here, France kept all these silver and all these valuable things. And so even the arch is closed down. There's no windows and nothing. It's very thick walls. But you can see how they use like mud and clay, and they mixed it with ashes, all the rocks, and they had the building, and it still stands here. On this side, this is the main industrial building with arches, and it's like a pattern, arches and then a keyhole, an arch and a keyhole. But the keyhole, it was just easier for them to build it. Like it was like a square rectangle, and then they put on like a half circle and then complete the arch. And later on, they took out the wooden frame again, and then they have your structure. Follow me. So this is but even the Romans, they had arches. So this tree also stood here when the building was built, but now he's reclaiming his turf again. Right? This is the thickness. It's more or less like 40 meters, 40 centimeters, 50 centimeters deep. Come in here. This building was a double-story building. All the holes are there was wooden planks there, and you had two levels. But one of the most amazing things about this building, they say, is like go big or go home, and this is what the France had in mind. Can you put your attention to this? I always thought that this was like the fire urn. That's where they melted the silver. So if the VOC came here, they were like impressed about you. Look here, because they said there's so much silver in this area that you have to have three iron ores, silver ores. You can't just have one because it will take too long to extract all the silver. So he built three. Come, just follow me. You see, 1, 2, 3, and you can see during that time in 1740 how amazed they would have been to see you three fires lit here and everything was burning and look at how the bigness of the thing, and it's quite safe, huh? And you can also see that Mother Nature is reclaiming everything again. As children, we used to sleep here uh, during weekends and make fire here and tell stories until the movie, the Blair Witch Project, were here. That was literally the last time I ever slept here. Perhaps as an adult, I will take my friends and say, but that image still haunts me about the Blair Witch Project. So, and we have these days technology, we have lights and everything. And we know it's not true, it's only a movie. But you can see how it's actually beautiful for me now, but it can be creepy. Can follow me through here? Oops. Now, here you have the eastern end, but on the trees you have here the English oak tree. The English oak they brought in to make wine barrels and for furniture, but because of our warm climate, the oak don't get hard enough. So they imported French oak to make wine barrels. You can see here the thickness of the wall. Here it's almost a meter thick. You see, a meter thick, and it's still standing here. All there, look where one of the trees took root there and make all the cracks there. So we can just enter here. You see, the two when we entered, that's a keyhole size. Here it was arch, right? Like it's a keyhole, arch, that pattern. And here again, I think the doors was in the frame of the doors, right? And you can see also here, it's a sort of technology like a plaster and like a brick, what they develop from the clay. And the lovely thing when you just keep quiet, then you're also very close to a river. So that everything is they had water, they had river, they had fuel, they had wood, everything for them. Okay, yeah. This was exactly the place where we make fire and where we slept in the building. Right? So Frederick, he convinced the VOC for 5 years that there's silver here. But when during that time he dug 5 mines. The first mine we called Isabella, and there is two chambers in it. We as locals in Pernille call it the second, the two rooms, twee kamers. And the second one we call the 5 rooms. But we use it Afrikaans, 5 kamers. But he called that one the Sint Helena. And the main one, we literally dug down in the rock. That is called the silver mine, Jacobstraat. There's different chambers, they have names. He named everyone a certain chamber. Today we can't go in there because the first shaft is like a 40 meters drop. But the adventurous people do it, but I'm not allowed to do it. You must be an adventure guide and also a spelunking guide. You can't go in there with helmets, with ropes, everything. But as children, we went up and down that ladder, second shaft, up and down the ladder, and then at the bottom there's also a plank. You can walk through it, and then you can look up to the first chamber. Right? And I think I must say to the public, because it's no secret anymore, I was the one who was mad enough because you go 30 meters down in the second shaft, and then I took a rope and I swing down to another chamber and I throw down I love somebody. I don't know. I don't say what I did, but today you can't go there. If you want to go there, you must have scuba gear because that area is filled with water now. So nobody is. Perhaps that will because me and that girl didn't work out, and I didn't get married to her. So that's that. But that's my history. I'm living. And as a child, I also I'm one of the guys. If you go up to the silver mine, there's lots of graffiti. People say that is they messed up the mountain, but in our town it's like it's part of our heritage, and we wrote your name on the mountain if you were there. So it all depends on what you look like because it's our heritage. And but I didn't write my name on the walls. At the bottom of the ladder, you'll see there it stands Yulin black. Right, it stands there. Yeah, so this is a little bit of the history of the silver mine. Yeah, so okay. Yeah. Hello. Now we are at the one of the other ends of the industrial building, and the theme of the keyhole. But there's basically a doorway. Then we had the arch. Yeah, and then we had the keyhole again, and then we had the arch. It's just so amazing how they did it, and the thickness, and also there at the top, you can see there's long stones. There was a window, and you can also see you have a better view of the roof of the building. You can see it was a triangular shape, and it's like typically of the Roman buildings that they use, right? Where the support structures are, the wooden is there, support structures, and also the one level of the floor is also there. All the yeah, it's just such a beautiful place to be in, and such a calm place. And I'm not sure what will happen in the future with this place, because you can see that the nature, piece by piece, is taking back what belonged to her, because most of this thing was built. And I think this is a good way how to build a building. From the earth, you use local materials, but one day it will come back. But I would really be sad if this will just be lost to future generations. So yeah, I will look that they preserve it and do some, yes, some nice things about it, so that the rest of the people can also see it and enjoy it, and it doesn't get lost for future generations. Because this is literally the biggest hoax ever in terms of money in South Africa, because he took a lot of money. Said in that days almost like £5 million, Gillen, what unit, but it was a big hoax to convince the Verenigde Oost-Indische Compagnie, Dutch East India Compagnie, that there's silver in this mine. But the last time I also said that there's actually lots of manganese that he could have used, and he would have made a lot of money, but he was so focused on the silver, they didn't see the manganese in the mines, the rich manganese. And that's another story, right?